Friends, did you know around 13% of nurses are male? 13%. And you can fact check me, it's a Google search away. I was surprised when I saw the number too. The main thing that bothers me with that though, is that I get asked every once in a while, I see a comment every once in a while on this channel, that my channel name triggers a few people. And just know it's not intentional. I do it in good taste, but some people really just don't like that I say male nurse. These people often say a nurse is a nurse regardless of gender. A nurse can be either gender. Like, why do I have to point out male nurse? And that's a good point, right? We often don't say female dentist. We don't say female teacher when we talk about these professions. So they have a point. They're right. But a big part of me disagrees, because I think in this case, it is important to acknowledge the minority of nurses are actually men, around 13%. I think that's pretty important to point out, to acknowledge that the nursing profession is still a female-dominated profession. 87%, around 87% is dominating. And we need to highlight that men just don't become nurses. They just don't. Even to this day, in 2024, the minority is still men, and it's by quite a bit. If you're a man in the nursing program, you probably see this too, right? Or if you're a man just trying to apply to get into a program, you're gonna see a lot of your science classes are this way, you know? And I ask myself, like, why is that? For me, one example that comes to mind just to kind of further this point is I work in an all-male prison as a registered nurse. I've also worked in the county jail, and there are still more female nurses in that work environment, just from the experiences that I've had and what I consider to be quite, a masculine field, right, of work, a place to work at that has an all-male inmate population, a predominantly male correctional officer workforce, a high-risk environment like risking a no hostage policy, and it's still mainly females working as nurses. Now, I'm not here to say this all in bad taste, friends. I'm just here to tell you my truth from my own personal experience, the things that I've seen, that the reality of the nursing field is that men just don't go into it, they don't do it. But again, why is that? And when I ask myself, I think it's honestly that men just don't think becoming a nurse is an option, which is why I created this channel. It's the reason why it exists. So before I end this video, friends, I want to say some stereotypes that are wrong. Some stereotypes that I realized through my career aren't true. Some things that might be barriers or things that guys are thinking about as to maybe why they're not going to become a nurse in the first place. Things I had to learn for myself, right? Because people don't talk about it. So let me share them here with you. First and foremost, nursing is not only providing bedside care in a hospital. Nursing is not only a job for women. Nursing is not a poor paying career. Nursing doesn't take that long to do. And a nursing degree in 2024 and every year from this point on after, I don't see an end, but nursing is still worth it as a career. What baffles my mind, friends, and continues to, I see a lot of men here and I love it, but what baffles my mind is why wouldn't a man want a steady career? The ability to get a job that can pay up to 100K or more, one that has a runway for career development, to continue to build a trajectory that works for you. You go as high and as far as you want to. You don't get bored. You may burn out, but you can shift and pivot with that same degree to something else in that field, and only invest 4 to 5 years of education for a degree that is still worth something, right? We just said you can get paid up to 100K or a lot more. Get that degree that actually still holds value. And honestly, friends, theoretically, a pillar or a cornerstone to a balanced life where you can now say, I got my money, I got my career covered. With my extra energy and time, let me focus on these other areas I care about. Traveling, hobbies, personal development, relationships, life itself, right? Life itself takes time and energy. When you got this covered over here, now you have time for this over here. My point to this video, friends, I haven't made one like this yet. As a male, as a man, I want you to consider becoming a nurse. It's not the best job ever, but it is a solid career, one to consider. Not what you think it is. The stereotypes are there, but it's not only just that. Take that from someone who never actually wanted to become a nurse in the first place. I never knew I'd become a nurse. I always thought it looked a certain way, and then I realized after I got it, right, got my degree, it doesn't have to just be that way. There's so many different areas you can work. You will find a place for you. It's a solid career. At the moment, I continue to work as a nurse full time, as I work on this YouTube channel part time. My main intention of this channel, of this video, is just to shine a light on this career, being a nurse, from a male's perspective, and to help other men looking to get into the field, help them in the ways that would have helped me when I was first starting on this journey, when I had all these holes, all these questions, not know how to approach it, and seeing that the people I'd reach out to weren't very helpful. That's why I'm here. And I also, deep down, want to see more men in nursing. I see how it's changed my life, how it's helped me settle a foundation in my personal life, and I would want that for you guys as well. So then that way, as a man, you can grow in all these other areas that as men we're supposed to grow, but know that you have your career and your money covered, and now you have your other life, and you have time and energy for it. And at the end of this all, I just want you to take away that I'm here as a resource. If you need me, if you want to bounce off ideas, you got questions, you want some opinions, reach out to me. Leave a comment down below here on YouTube. Find me on Instagram, send me a DM. I'm around. Some people, a lot of you guys have already reached out, and I love it. I love it. And as always, friends, I'll see you guys on the next one.